Oh, yes, Lagos. I know you've been waiting for this time. Well, there is never a time like the present to get into talking about our health. And if you just tune in, yes, you are welcome to Smooth Health here on Smooth 98.1. And today on Smooth Health, we're talking about superfood. And for me, I'm actually excited to talk about this because, hey, goodness gracious, we're always condemning our Nigerian foods. We never say anything good. Well, I wouldn't say we'd never say anything good, but most of the time we're always condemning it like, no, that food is not healthy. That food is not this, it's not that. And apparently, we have superfoods even within our cuisine that we can actually make work for us. And I'm happy to have someone who knows that even some days you need to let your hair down, enjoy those good meals. And yes, I have with me dietitian Nesochi. Good evening. I'm glad to have you with me.
Good evening, Joy.
Mm. Okay, I need to speak into the mic. Okay. Yeah. I know, right? Can be a bit confusing
Yes,
sometimes.
it can.
Anyways, I know Lagos. You want to share your thoughts? What you can do for me is come through on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. That's youtube.com/, smooth 981 FM, and share your questions, your contributions. I'm sure you have some that you would love to share. Please, I'm more than welcome. Yeah, I'm more than interested in getting your thoughts on the conversation this evening. Apologies, WhatsApp is a bit down. We'll sort it out, and you can definitely get back to winning ways. Anyways, let's get into the conversation. Before we get into a break, I know it's coming soon, but let's actually start off with what are superfoods? And what does superfood in itself actually mean, especially for Nigerian meals? Do you even have them at all?
Thank you very much for that question. I must first of all say that I'm very excited about this topic.
I wonder.
Yeah, so when we talk about superfoods, I'm going to say something very controversial.
Oh,
I believe that all whole foods are superfoods. Now, by definition,
okay, whole food.
Whole foods,
Okay.
any whole food,
Okay.
be it sweet potato, be it ofada rice, as long as it is whole and not either minimally processed or ultra processed, it is a superfood. So, by way of definition, a superfood is a food that is typically nutrient dense.
Right.
So the focus when we're talking about superfoods, we don't focus on satiety. We're not talking about the macronutrients like the carbs, the proteins. Okay. We're talking about more of the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, those anti-inflammatory properties, antimicrobial properties, and so on and so forth. So these superfoods, you will find them in your fruits, your vegetables, and like I said, in fact, a lot of whole foods are superfoods. They protect your heart, they protect your body, they improve your immunity, they can fight against and prevent cancers and certain other chronic and metabolic diseases. So that's the definition of superfoods.
Okay, so we actually have superfoods in Nigeria.
So our health, we're always looking for kimchi, we're looking for, the olive oil. Interesting. We are doing that. We have bloggers that are putting us on the map.
We'll get into all that. I can see the excitement. Anyways, one thing I know is people always talk about things like kale, how it's good. The look on your face. Let me even go further. I thought it's kale, there's quinoa, there's other things that I will not even get. Rockets. There are a lot of them.
Leaves.
Yes, there are a lot of them.
Yes.
And we always talk about how those things are super, super for our health. However, let's come down to Nigeria. Are there any local foods that are equally just as healthy? And I'm not mentioning anyone, but I've been told that there are some that we have not even tapped into.
There are lots. That are equally good. Yeah, there are lots. So do you have all day? I mean, I could go on and on. Okay, let me start from somewhere. Let's talk about our pumpkin leaves.
That's good now.
Yeah, yes. Powerhouse. Okay. Rich in iron, vitamins A, C, and K. Ugu has immunity boosting properties. Ugu is rich in fiber.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it that we're eating it the wrong way? Anyways, let's not even get into eating the wrong way because
we have
we would digress plenty today.
substitutes for kale. We have ugu,
Okay.
which is pumpkin leaves. We have our local spinach. So we have that.
Mm-hmm.
We have lettuce.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's lettuce.
Yes. We have ewedu. Don't sleep on ewedu.
Ewedu is so delicious.
Don't sleep on ewedu. Very delicious and very nutritious. It even has antimicrobial properties. Yes, it does.
Oh my word.
Don't sleep on any of these vegetables. Like he said, as long as you're not overcooking them, you're good.
So there's the tendency that we might be overcooking them.
Yes.
That's the reason why we're not getting the nutrients.
As much. But it doesn't mean that we're not getting some.
Okay.
But as much.
All right, Lagos. Let's take our first breather for the evening. As always, be a part of Smooth Health. Yes, rather than you go to WhatsApp, what you can do is go on YouTube. That is youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Share your thoughts on that. You see the chat bot. You can actually share your thoughts, questions that you might have. Maybe you've been eating a particular kind of vegetable. You're not sure if it's healthy enough or if it fits into what we're talking about and you need clarity. Please come through. I have this dietitian Nesochi with me, and she's good at what she does. I'll give her that. But as always, that's why we have this. We have capable hands to share this insight because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but I do my research and I like to live long as God gives us breath.
Amen.
So if I were you, I would do the needful. But let's go on a quick break, Lagos. On the other side, we'll continue the conversation. Don't move a muscle.
That helps.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
Quick
What
one,
can
and
your
we're
bank
back
do for
in.
you? Jane, 25 years old. She's been having troubles acquiring a loan from her bank.
This is not okay at all. I've been on this queue forever, and you're saying I should fill another form. What's going on?
What can your bank do for you? Meet Frank, 27 years old, held up in traffic and making fruitless transactions.
Electricity charges. Why it's so difficult making this payment?
Introducing Suffery, a lifestyle digital bank that's designed just for you. With one click, you can make easy and fast payment transactions, pay bills, and even acquire easy loans. Hurry and download the Suffery app on your Play Store. Visit suffery.com for more information. Suffery, borderless banking.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
That helps.
This is Smooth Health on the Drive.
All right, Lagos, let's jump right back in. 32 minutes going to spark. You tune in to Smooth Health here on Smooth 98.1. And we're talking about superfoods, especially in the Nigerian cuisine. And I'm sure that you also want to know what kind of cuisines or what kind of foods we need to be upping to make sure that we are keeping ourselves healthy, fresh, everything. So you have that glassy skin. Oof. Who doesn't want it? I know I do. Make sure that you're drinking lots of water anyways. But anyways, before I continue to digress, I have with me in the studio dietitian Nesochi, and she is definitely sharing insights on the kind of foods that we need to up. And as much as I would like to ask if oyster is it's a super rich food, I know that it is not on everybody's table. But here's the thing I want to get. You've mentioned ugu. You've mentioned ewedu. Let's even get into all the other ones. There's okra.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Okra is rich in folate, iron, vitamins A, C, and it's very good for pregnant and lactating mothers. Like, we sleep on okra a lot. Let's say you're even, your blood levels are low, you're anemic. Okay. What can you do? Okra is something to have in your diet to include into your diet. So let's not sleep on foods. Like I always say, food first. And we have those foods locally in Nigeria. So why not take advantage of them?
So all these are super foods in disguise. And when you say this, right, you know that there's a way you cook. What just came to mind is seafood okra.
I love food.
So you know how you make a seafood okra with all the seafood and everything inside? Maybe some pomoy. That's why. See, people are always fighting for more.
No,
Please leave our pomoy alone.
It's good. It's healthy.
It's so much collagen in it.
Give me 5.
I went to school small. Apparently, we overcook this. So I don't know. Is it the cooking method that makes us not get the nutrients that we're supposed to be getting out of this? Because when it is your cooking okra, you see some people boil it from the beginning of the soup to the end of the soup, and the okra starts to look like it's
flat.
dead.
Yeah. So when it comes to, we have water-soluble nutrients. So these nutrients, vitamins B and C, they are easily lost when you overcook foods that contain them. So it's very important that when you're making your soup, focus on the base. Let the vegetables be the last thing that you add, so that when you are eating your okra, there's that crunch. There's that crunch. That's how you know, oh, I did something right there. There's that crunch, and then even your ugu that you put on top, make sure it's the very last thing. It doesn't need to be denatured a lot by heat. Yes.
Okay. So does that mean you should not add oil inside? Let's so palm oil has gotten bad reputation.
It has.
People keep
It has.
just making it the bad guy.
It
But
has.
I've seen how delicious
It is.
So please help us. Is it actually harmful, or are there specific ways one should actually use it so we can retain its benefits?
Okay, so before I start, I would like to just state a disclaimer that anything can be good or bad. It depends on your cooking methods, the quantities you're eating. So even the most healthiest things, olive oil can be bad. Because it has, it's not meant to be overheated. It's not meant for frying. So let's say you now take one of the healthiest oils, which is olive oil, extra virgin, cold pressed, all the good things. And then what do you do? What do? You now pour it into a pan and then use it to fry akara. Or you now use it, so you're denaturing it. You're meant to be getting the unsaturated fats, but you're getting trans fat, you're getting saturated fats in excessive quantities. So now you have denatured that oil. So we have to know the oils that have a high smoke point, like our avocado oil, coconut oil. Those are oils that have a high smoke point. And then the olive oils are for salad dressings, are for when you're like making like a quick stew or a tomato-based dish. Quick cooking, not that you will fry and fry and fry. So let me go back to our palm oil. Palm oil is very healthy. Yes, you heard it from a registered dietitian. It is very healthy. Yes, it has saturated fats. And like I always say, you have your recommended daily allowance for saturated fats. As long as you're not exceeding that, you're good. And then it also has, on the flip side, it also has unsaturated fats, which are really good for you. It has vitamin E, it has vitamin A. The list goes on and on. As long as you are not bleaching your palm oil, as long as your palm oil is not swimming on top of your soup, the palm oil is on top, the soup is down, you're turning and turning and turning before you scoop out, you're doing good.
So those of us who work for father, so what are we supposed to do? We need to bleach that oil.
So sponsor your indulgence. Sponsor your indulgence, but do that one once in a while. It's not something that you should be eating often. It's not an everyday food. You just, once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've been eating palm oil, it's not that it's not good for you. You can do it in moderation.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
And if you're also going to smoke it,
you're on your own, no.
So I know that everything is moderation.
Moderation.
I said now let's talk about proteins. Because the one thing we run to is meat. We think that's the only, I won't say that's the only. Meat, fish, and eggs. Those are the only things we run to. But I know that with proteins, you have crayfish, which people ignore.
You do.
The one I didn't know when I was doing my research was that locust beans, iru, is protein.
It is.
I didn't know
It's from the name. Locust what?
Oh, okay. So locust beans.
And it
But
has-
you know that we're taught in school that beans is
let's not even,
and
you know, I've
you
debunked,
have
I've
headaches,
debunked that. I've
so
debunked that. Like
so
I
we're
said,
fighting on that
yes, no, we're not fighting. We have to, Lagos, we have to settle. So like I said earlier on the show, I think some months ago, I said that all legumes
Yes.
have protein,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
And they also have carbohydrates.
Mhm.
That doesn't stop them from being protein. We still grade them under proteinous
Protein.
foods.
Okay.
Carbohydrates like rice, your rice has protein. I always say this. So there's no food that operates and there's no nutrients that
Solely on
operate
its own.
yes, in isolation.
Okay.
No. Your carbohydrate has protein, your legumes has carbohydrates. And that's fine. That's why if you merge, guess what? Your rice is deficient in one amino acid, lysine. Guess what
Balance is it?
legumes have? They have lysine.
Oh, so that's why
And
you
then
always say
legumes,
eat rice and beans.
yes, and legumes are lacking in methionine. Guess what rice has?
Oh, so that is what rice balance
By
is
the
about.
time, you know, our parents were onto something, they were really smart. You know, they'll say, cook that rice and beans, you know. By the time you do that, you have complete protein and complete carbohydrates. Voila.
But we're avoiding it. We're telling them that we only want
Lagos, please, let's eat it. It's very healthy. Let's eat these things. Locust beans is rich in protein, right? But it's also fermented. It's good for your eyes. It's good for your guts. It's fermented. So instead of looking for kimchi, those things are healthy. I'm not knocking on anybody's parade, please.
Okay.
Instead of looking for kimchi, you know, we have these things locally.
So we say
Pap, locust bean, you know, curry. These are fermented foods. Good for your gut microbiome.
Okay, so
That we
quick
say.
question. So does that mean that if I'm drinking Gary,
You've started. You've started. We always fight. You've started. And Gary, and guess what? Yes, I'll answer that.
okay.
Gary, soaked Gary has a place in a healthy diet. I said it.
Okay.
What matters is the quantity and what you're adding to that plate. Don't just drink. Yes, you can add. Yes, you can add nuts. You can add milk. You know, just don't take it plain.
Oh, okay.
And then it's not an everyday food, but it has a place in a healthy diet.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are allowed to drink Gary.
It's not cassava flakes.
Yes, it. And funny thing is, they're made from corn.
No,
So
yes,
those cereals.
Yes, those cereals are
Most
mostly
made
corn-based. Some are other grains. Yes.
You run away from,
Yes.
but it's still the same thing.
And we have those grains. We have our acha, the finger millets. Yes, very nourishing. We have guinea corn. We have the fonio. Yes.
Oh yes, yeah.
We have that. So we have a lot of grains that are really whole and nourishing
That we can
anti-inflammatory that we can actually eat.
Mm.
Nigeria has food, though. Nigeria
that's what
has
tapped
food.
into
Yes, and we
what
need
works
to go
best.
local. We need to go local.
Go local. Anyways, let's before we start to digress a bit. I for one, I know I digress more. So for the average person who's, and I say the average Nigerian who's on budget, and we have our everyday meals. One of the thing is you just said there's rice, there's yam, there's moi moi. You've also made mention of the soups. How do we balance this to get the super rich foods and have some level of nutrition going on?
Yeah, so for balance is always key. So for balance, I would say as you're plating, you're putting in the rice, always ask, do I have some beans to add? If I don't have some beans to add, do I have some veggies to add? There should always be that question of, okay, I'm having carbs. Let me not eat my carbs naked. Let me dress it up with vegetables. Let me dress it up with either a legume. It could be beans, it could be pigeon pea, whatever you fancy, you know. And then where are my animal proteins? If it's eggs you prefer, if it's fish, if it's chicken, even snail. These are things that you can just add on your plate. And then, you know, you have an adequate plate. Then in an hour's time or 2 hours time, when you're feeling a bit peckish, you can grab an orange, rich in potassium, rich in vitamin C. You know, the list is endless. Just grab a fruit. We have golden melon. We always overlook it. You know, it's really, really healthy. Grab a piece of fruit and just munch on that and you're good. And of course, let's not forget water. Hydration is key.
Absolutely. And talking about hydration, right? I know most people say that food is medicine, especially from the medical point of view. They always tell you eat your food is the first place you want to start.
Yes, yes.
So for an average person, I don't want to just chuck it down to just Nigerian. So an average person who is trying to build their health regimen, and they are looking at okay, I don't have so much money, but I want to stay healthy. I'm looking at things that can help manage my blood pressure, diabetes, fatigue, whatever it is. What are the super rich foods I shall have on a regular? I'm going into the market this weekend, and I know that I want to up my health. What are the items I shall have on that list?
Okay, so let's look at sugar first. If
Hey,
you're
God.
watching your if you're watching, I don't want, okay, so if you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, and you're watching your sugar levels, always opt for whole grains. So your father rice, your whole legumes like our beans, your vegetables like we talked about the pumpkin leaf, the ugu, the spinach, the ewedu. Okra is really good at balancing your sugar levels. Don't sleep on okra. Ewedu as well. Sweet potatoes. Most people feel like, oh, sweet potatoes are really high in sugar. It's so sweet. I can't have it. I'm watching my sugar levels. It's a lie. They are really low in sugar. Their glycemic index is really low. So you can have sweet potatoes. Just make sure that you're balancing out your plate. You're plating appropriately. You're adding your veggies. You're adding your proteins. That's an adequate plate. Look out for herbs and spices. Please, let's not sleep on these things. These things are anti-inflammatory. They are, the prevention is better. It's always better. Prevention is better. So if you want to look at preventive medicine, with nutrition, then you have to go for garlic, you have to go for ginger, you have to go for your thyme, there's turmeric, and oh goodness, there's rosemary. There are a lot of spices, natural spices and herbs that can improve the flavor of your food and also improve your health. So it's a win-win if you look at it.
And talking about that, right? So I was talking to I'm trying to get the correct name, but yes. So I went to check a doctor that has to do with her tricho. I'm not going to say the wrong thing so that I'm not embarrassing myself. Anyway, so I went to her and she says, okay, so you have to figure out what it is you need to eat. As you eat, so does your hair.
Yes, your hair, your nails. Yes.
If your nails are brittle, bear in mind that whatever is going into you is also
inadequate.
So, and that's how I realized that the rosemary, thyme, ginger, turmeric that we will use to cook apparently also is good for our hair.
It is.
So good for our nails.
Yes.
Carrots, everything. Just make sure that you're eating healthy.
Eat your colors. Eat your colors. Let your plates be colorful. And you are what you eat. Always remember that. You are what you eat. So let our plates be colorful. Let's make sure that we are plating intentionally and appropriately. That's what we need to do.
Okay, so finally, if you had to create the perfect superfood plate using only local, and I said local Nigerian, well, the ingredients are Nigerian, strictly Nigerian, what would it be?
Can I give you 10? Okay, let me go with one. Okay, so I've talked about rice and beans a lot. So let's talk about yam.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a tuber that many people are skeptical about, a very healthy tuber.
So somebody boil yam with sugar. I arrest you.
Please.
Let me not digress.
Please.
Sorry.
Okay. So I get my yam. I'm going to make a vegetable yam pottage. A very mean, delicious vegetable yam pottage. I throw down in the kitchen.
Oh, goodness.
So
I'm coming over to your house.
please come. So when I have this, and I'm not just going to garnish with vegetables. No, you're not going to see the yam. You will see that green goodness when you look at my plate. But the yams are there. But it's going to be vegetable dense. So that means I have my carbs, I have my veggies. On the other side, I love Titus mackerel. Oof. I'm going to have 2 pieces of grilled mackerel on that side. I'm going to cook this with our very healthy palm oil. You won't see my palm oil swimming on the plate. No, you won't. I promise you won't. You won't see it overflowing. it will be thoroughly mixed with the meal. Everything will be adequate. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to drink my water. And after that, if I'm still feeling a bit, naughty, I pick an apple or a pear or an orange, and I'm good.
And Lagos, that is how you eat a balanced diet. And, they say always have a fruit at the side of your plate. So I'm sure that you've heard and you now know what superfoods you can indulge in. However, if you missed out this session, you can always rewatch to find out what it is. But that's how we're recording today on Smooth Health. But to reach out and get more insights, how can Lagos reach out to you on your social media handle?
Okay, so on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, as dietitian Neso, dietitian_Neso.
And Lagos, you know where to find her now. If I were you, run. Consultation is not free. Come on, meet me. All right, Lagos. That's how we're cutting today on Smooth Health. It's been a pleasure. And I hope that you've actually learned a thing or two. On the other side is more music and great music. It's a Thursday, so you know how we get to do it. I just might be looking at you like the man in the mirror. Who is that? The one and only. Hanging up of himself, Michael Jackson.
Every Thursday at 5:15 p.m. This is Smooth Health on the Drive.